let's make this freaking adorable chicken. I can't get over how cute this is. You can use this as a pin cushion. It could be a doorstop. You could use it as a weight for pattern cutting. So cute, easy to make, and takes very little. I'm Cassie, this is 62 Handcrafted. Let's make one. What you're gonna need is two 5x5 squares. I'm using a charm pack. It's a Moda I Love Fall Most of All by Deb Strain. So many cute colors. Like, this is just a small amount, but you can kind of see it's just beautiful. So I'm going to be using that. And then you are also going to need a one piece cut at 1.5 inches by 1.5, so a square. You're gonna fold that into a triangle, so folded diagonally in half, and then folded in half again to make a tiny triangle. Then you are going to need one that is at, I believe it's 2.5. Let me just double check. 2.5 inch square. So a 1.5 and a 2.5 inch square. Again, you're going to fold that to make a triangle. Fold it in half again, and then mark your middle. What I'm going to do is sew this on, and then I'm going to fray it and give him a little like tuft on the back of his neck. We're going to test it out and see if it works. So pretty quick and easy. You are going to need either rice or walnut husk or beans or something to fill this up and make him a good weight. It is a pin cushion. I do know that the walnut husk is a great one for that because it actually sharpens the pins when you're putting them in. You could also use this, those are good and heavy, so you could also use this to weight down your fabric instead of those big metal ones. You could use this cute little chicken rooster to put on top and hold your material as you cut. Multi-purpose, we love a thing like that. This is a cute little gift too. You can make this bigger. This is just a 5x5. You could go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, however big you want to make it. You can make a doorstop out of it. Like, it's the same thing. You just are increasing the bird size. All right, let's get back to it. We are going to place, so you've got your 1.5 inch, his beak. You're going to put that at, I'm going to say 1/2 inch down from the top. So from the corner, this is going to be our top guy. And we are actually going to, I think, put it on this side. And we are going to do that raw edges together. So I'm going to set it over here just so I can kind of see where's the 1/2 inch mark. And I'm going to place that with the point here at a 1/2 inch down, lining that up. I'm going to go ahead and attach a clip. You could pin it or clip it, whatever works for you. And then the little piece that I'm going to fray, I'm also going to put that at about a 1/2 inch. We're testing this, it's a test. So we're gonna go 1/2 inch, maybe a little bit more. No, because I'm gonna cut this down. I'm only gonna do, this is a 1 inch strip, double layer, and I'm literally going to sew it in. My goal is to get it to stick up. You know how you do the quilt with the frayed edges? That's what I'm looking for. So I really only want it to stick up about a 1/2 inch. So I'm putting it in here, and I'm looking for it to end up at, give or take with the sewing, about a 1/2 inch. I'm eyeballing this. I don't have this mastered. This is the first time I'm making it. You're making it with me. It's a sew along. All right, so we're gonna clip that. And actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna pin that so that it stays right there. I think that's going to be the best go about. This is going to be his tail, so we're going to insert that here in just a moment. This pattern is directional, and so I'm going to get that turned around to where my owls are what I'm kind of basing it on as directional. So I want them to be standing upright. We're going to do pretty sides together right over the top of our fabric, and then we're gonna sew just the two sides that we have inserted something. I'm gonna go ahead and clip the beak into both, as well as this little piece, and then I am going to take my pen out so that I don't run over it, because it is going to be hidden in here. So I'm going to take that out. We're learning as we go. And we're going to sew this together. I'm going to do this at 1/4 inch. And we're going to backstitch beginning and end. You'll stitch down 2 sides only. Let's just see how cute it is. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the corner there. I'm going to wait to cut this off because I want to see what this is going to look like. Oh my God. Look how cute. That's going to be adorable. I am going to need to, and you can see that's at 1/4 inch. Okay. So he's going to sit like, this is going to go this way. So he's going to sit like that. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so stinking cute. This might be a little long. I'm going to go ahead and clip this and fray it. Okay, so we'll get that frayed out. Oh my God, already so cute. So we're going to go ahead and move forward, but you could definitely put your eyeball right there, tiny little button. You could do a fancy stitch if you wanted to for the eyeball, however you want to do it. Then we're going to turn him inside out again. We checked that, we know it's good. I'm going to go ahead and cut off this extra material. I'm happy with the way that looks on that side. So we're going to trim that off. And then we are going to, I got to think about, his beak is here. We're going to sew the bottom, and we are going to leave open about 2 inches. Yeah, I'm going to do 2-inch opening. And the reason I'm going to do a 2-inch opening is so that we can fill from the bottom when we're all done. And so we're going to go ahead and mark that at 2 inches. And I'm really just going to line that up. 2 inches is going to be here and here. That's so you can turn it, and then you can also, for filling it up. This is going to be where we're matching up our seams. So we're going to fold this and match up our seam. And just kind of get these little sides, little finger press. I'm going to nest those. This is where we're going to place in our 2.5 inch square. So we are going to put that in, and I've got mine marked with the middle. You can just fold it and crease it, however you want to do that. You're going to put that, tuck that down in there. We are going to match up our little middle line, and then we're just going to match up our seams, nesting those together. I'm going to clip that. Now, you could also, and I've got an extra piece cut, and you know where we had the little fray for the tuft on the back of the chicken, rooster, whatever this is. You could do the same thing right here at the tail and do a little 2-inch strip, just like you did for the tuft. Let's go ahead and stick this in there too. Place this strip on the same side as the previous strip that you're going to fray. And I had creased the sides, so that's how I know that I'm still lined up in the center. Even though I can't really see it, I know that I am lined up because I had pinched these, and that should be golden. All right, so now we're going to stitch across this at 1/4 inch. That easy. I think we had one more corner here. I can't turn too much because I kind of sewed over that. We have our hole where we're going to turn it. We're just going to reach all the way down here. Pull this little, it already looks adorable. Oh my goodness. This is the sweetest. Oh, look at this. And he's going to kind of sit like this. I'm going to fray that out. And then when you fill him up, oh, he's going to be so cute. Oh, I absolutely love it. Okay, so then this is where you're going to fill. You're going to get a little funnel, put your rice in there, your beads. I have some walnut stuff coming, and I'm going to use my some walnut shells, ground crushed. I think it's called crushed walnut shells. I got mine on Amazon. Poke your corners out. I am going to cut and fray this little tuft right here at his tail. I think it's going to be adorable. This is already too cute. I can just see when that's completely frayed out, that's going to be so cute. And so he is going to sit like that. He's going to be weighted. She, he, whatever. This little chickie is adorable. I'm going to put a little eyeball, and that will just kind of keep that tight together. So cute. Why do I love the little things? I just think they're adorable. All right, y'all. Let me get my walnut husk, and then we will fill it and finish it off. So excited. I'm back, and I've got him all frayed out. Oh my God. He is so cute. I went ahead and sewed on the eye. I used a little orange button. I did have to, you know, buttons are not easy to come by. I went to my mom's house real quick, grabbed a little bag of small buttons in like a few colors. She's a button collector, and she has been for years, like jars and jars and containers with buttons that she used to have. We called it Margie's Attic, and it was the old, the odd, and the unusual. And if she couldn't sell something clothing wise, she would take all the buttons off of it and save it, because you never know when you're going to need a button. I'm not kidding. Thousands and thousands of buttons, vintage. Oh, like the kind that used to be on underwear when underwear actually had buttons. She has those. That's how long she's been saving buttons. Love you, Mom. Thank you so much for letting me borrow buttons. Let's continue. I got this all frayed out, so I snipped it really close, lots of little cuts, and frayed out the goodies. It's so stinking cute. Now I was waiting for my Amazon package to come, because I did order, you can use rice, absolutely. I'm using this as a pin cushion. It can be used as a weight for cutting out your patterns. So many things you could use for a little door stop, maybe even make it a little bit bigger for the door, depending on how heavy your door is, but so stinking cute. I went ahead and got this. It is a walnut shell, and it is a 2012 is what I picked up. I don't know the difference in them. This is just the one that I looked at and went, yeah, those little pellets will work great. And this is supposed to be good for sharpening pins when you put them in. So I thought, let's give that a whirl. I also bought this because I saw that some people were using it. It is, just so you can kind of see it, lots of little pellets. And I think I'm going to make some with that as well, just to kind of see the difference. But I don't have a funnel, so this might be interesting pouring it in. Originally, I had rice in it. When I went to my mom's, she had rice. But then I did a little bit of research, and rice can go bad. And I decided not to put the rice in it and to go ahead and try. This could be a disaster. I literally have no idea how this is going to work. So I decided to try the walnut husk and see what we think, and we're just gonna see if we can get it to go down in there carefully, gently. I don't know. I think it's gonna be hard. I need a funnel. You would think every house has a funnel, and for whatever reason I do not. Should have grabbed the one at my mom's while I was there, and I didn't do that. You know, hindsight, always 2020. Well, it's going in. We're just taking our time, filling it up nice and slow. I'm going to give it a little shake so that that goes down out of the way. I used a little less than 1 cup for the filling. We're going to clip this and give it a sew and just see how this is going to work out. I really have no idea. I got all the little holes closed off. Let's take a look here. Oh yeah. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Look how cute. That is, oh, can't really see it. That is adorable, y'all. Oh my goodness. So cute. I love it. I did this out of full material. This is a 5x5 square. You got a 1.5 inch square folded up. You have a 2.5 inch square folded up. And then I did two 2-inch strips of material to fray out and give him a little bit of a tuft. And that is so cute. You could probably do a little polyfill, you know, put all of your beaded stuff towards the top, put your polyfill in, and then sew it too. There are probably a ton of different ways you could do that, but that is the cutest. I love him. He needs a name. I'm Cassie. This is 62 Handcrafted, and I'll see you soon.